Sora 2 versus Gemini. Who can recreate One Piece scenes better? Let's get to it. We picked 4 scenes of the most iconic moments from One Piece and asked both AIs to recreate each one. Whichever AI does it better is crowned the king of AI anime. Starting with the scene number 1. Gemini is up first. Let's see what it can do. We got our majestic prompt from the big ChatGPT. Luckily, Gemini doesn't care much about copyright and can actually get characters almost 100% accurate sometimes. Let's paste it here and generate. I'm hoping Luffy is absolutely mogging in this. It's done loading. Let's watch it. Well, he definitely wasn't mogging much, but Luffy came out pretty accurately. Same with Nami. Gemini did a good job with this scene in my opinion. Except, wait, did Luffy pull a hat out of his pocket? He didn't even give Nami his hat. This video, we're gonna be rating the scenes I generate out of 5 stars. 1 star, doesn't look like the original. 2 stars, you can tell the scene, but a lot is wrong. 3 stars, it's the right scene, but not very accurate. 4 stars, very accurate, just small mistakes. 5 stars, almost identical to the original. For our first scene by Gemini, I think it's a 4 out of 5. The characters and scenes were accurate, just some visual errors. Now, let's see what Sora can do. It's gonna be pretty hard for Sora to get a 4 or better. Started off with a God prompt, and boom, let's see what Sora cooks. Welp, Sora flagged it for copyright, so I guess we have to adjust the prompt in order to gaslight Sora into making our One Piece scene. Let's try that again. Hopefully Sora acts like a good boy this time, or it may be disqualified for this round. I've never seen this happen before. I guess since Nami had the knife in the original scene, it is just giving me the suicide prevention hotline. Kind of strange, but I guess we'll just adjust the prompt one last time. This might affect Sora's rating, not gonna lie. Finally, Sora has made its first scene that took ages. This better be good for the time it took.
I need your help.
Alright, it didn't really look like Nami or Luffy. The scene was decently accurate other than the characters though. I'm gonna have to give Sora a 2 out of 5 stars. Slight bit of bias since it took 3 attempts to generate anything at all, meaning Gemini has taken the lead 1-0. On to the next scene. We're back on Gemini, the current GOAT. You guys know how this goes by now. Let's see if it can double down for the second W of the day. Hopefully this won't take too long. In the meantime, if you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe and comment your favorite anime. The top comment will be what I will experiment in my next video. Gemini is done generating. Let's see what it came up with for this scene. Wow, the scene was perfect, other than the fact the characters weren't very accurate at all. Gemini is usually pretty good with that. Whoa, and it even has the Going Merry's head on it, or tried to make it. The boat itself collapsing too is a great feature. After a long, hard thought, I'm going to have to give Gemini a 4 out of 5 for this scene. Maybe I'm being too nice since the characters were wrong, but this scene looks beautiful. Let me know what you guys think. Next up, for scene number 2, is Sora. Big boots to fill. Underwhelming performance on the last scene. I believe Sora can make a comeback here, though I'm not gonna lie. Let's start generating. That was a good Sora scene, if we're being honest. The boat burning was good, but it didn't collapse, and didn't resemble the Going Merry as much as Gemini's. It got somewhat of a crew together, but the characters weren't accurate. This was definitely a close one, but I'm gonna have to give this scene a strong 3 out of 5, making Gemini the 2-0 leader. Sora has to win the next 2 scenes to take the lead. Sora is going to start this round off, hopefully setting the bar high. We got Kuma versus the Straw Hats for this scene. In our last video, we saw that Sora can make some really cool fighting scenes, so it could have an advantage here. It's sorta inconsistent though, hoping for a smooth generation this round. Done quickly this time, let's check it out. Luffy was pretty accurate. Kuma wasn't really, but it had the paw print there, which was a nice touch. This was very accurate of a scene. Kuma's attack was even correct. I'll give Sora a strong 4 out of 5 for this. If Kuma was more accurate, this could have been a 5. Very impressed with Sora this round. Can Gemini compete with that? Personally, I'm not sure, but let's see what we can get. Starting this generation and going to grab food in the meantime. That was disappointing. This scene was so cursed. There's so much wrong with this. I'm sure it's clear what's wrong here. Let's get straight to ranking this, wasting no time. I think this deserves our first 1-star scene. That was quite horrific to see from Gemini. That officially means that the score is 2-1. In our last video, Sora and Gemini tied. Surely that won't happen again, right? Alright, back to Sora. This scene will heavily depend on whether the AI can get Luffy, Zora, and Sanji correctly. Other than the characters, it's a very basic scene. Surely Sora can comprehend this well. If Sora doesn't win this round, it's cooked, so this has to be good. Well, the prompts got flagged for copyright. Guess the prompt described the characters a bit too good. Hopefully after I adjust this, they can still get it right. Take 2. Alright, now Sora was able to produce something, and it looks really good so far. Other than the fact they were floating at the end, the characters were all accurate. More accurate than lately, at least. Nami looked great. Luffy had his straw hat. I'm gonna give that scene a strong 4 out of 5. Very good position for Sora to be in on this final scene. Gemini has competition now. If Gemini wins here, it takes home the trophy. If Gemini loses this round, it'll end in a tie again, pushing this competition into a 3rd tiebreaker in order to find a true AI anime king. Got our final GPT prompt. And generate. If Gemini chokes here, it's negative aura for sure.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
We've received our final scene of the challenge. Let's take a look, shall we? The characters looked amazing. Usopp, Zoro, Luffy, all looked good. But there were a ton of visual errors, like Luffy just disappearing, Luffy becoming Sanji at the end. And who even are all these background characters in this scene? The rating I gave this final scene by Gemini was 2 out of 5. I hate to give such a great character redesign a low score like this, but the scene was broken practically. That means that this challenge lives on another day. Gemini and Sora will have no choice but to go back to it in the next video to reveal which AI is the best for generating anime. Although it was a tie, both AIs had scenes they did super good on and scenes they did super bad on. Both are great, but very inconsistent. Sometimes it gets the characters 100% accurate. Sometimes you can't even tell who it's supposed to be. Maybe at the end of the series, I'll create my own anime movie using the winner. But we're going beyond just Sora and Gemini. So many new AIs are coming out, so we're definitely gonna have to try some other ones out in the future. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to comment on your favorite anime below to be used in the next video.